What's making news now around Indiana? And we begin with a staggering number. Mental health care costs around the country, some $12 billion a year. Moxie Girl is a Jeffersonville-based tech startup on a mission to change that by targeting some of the most vulnerable young girls. The company is using $20,000 in investment money from Elevate Ventures to develop the app it uses to provide mentoring and coaching to help improve emotional wellness and confidence in preteen and teenage girls. Moxie Girl co-founder Lydia Hinshaw is using a unique strategy to improve the platform. She's including at-risk girls in the development process.
We're actually co-creating the app now with teens. So we have an incredible teen advisory panel. They're really teaching us how to be more hip and more cool and, understand really how to build the tech in a way that speaks to them.
Hinshaw says Moxie Girl is targeting pediatricians to give the app to their patients. She also says the company is planning to expand the program to teen boys. Meantime, in Clark County, IDX Corporation in Jeffersonville will soon be closing its doors. In a notice to the state, Missouri-based IDX said it plans to cease operations, leaving some 114 employees out of work. The company says the facility designs and manufactures retail environments. The layoffs expected to take place on or around August 3. Well, an Indiana tradition, one that celebrates our state's rich agricultural roots, will not happen this year. COVID-19 forced officials to cancel the Indiana State Fair for only the fourth time since the event started in 1852. Around Indiana reporter Mary-Rachel Redman now on the history, economic impact, and future of the Indiana State Fair.
The animals, lemon shakeups, the Midway. Normally, this is how hundreds of thousands of Hoosiers across the state would be celebrating all things Indiana in August. But not this year. COVID-19 has forced the cancellation of the Indiana State Fair, an event that started before the Civil War. In fact, the very first Indiana State Fair took place right here at Military Park in the heart of downtown Indianapolis. Believe it or not, all the way back in 1852.
After that, it traveled around. So it traveled from city to city in Indiana, and cities would bid on, oh, wow, we really want to host the fair. The Board of Agriculture then bought the Johnson Farm in this location and moved north and moved out into the rural community and had the fairgrounds here. Back then, trains were really significantly important, and there were two rail lines that surrounded the fairgrounds, and then the interurban that came from downtown to the fairgrounds. And actually, back in the day, that's how the kids and farmers bought their livestock to be shown, as they loaded them up on the trains and brought them to the fairgrounds.
Over the years, the fairground's current location at 38th and Fall Creek has been the backdrop for some of the most historic events in state history, including this one in 1964.
Back in the day, we had anybody that was big and coming, and they did them in the Coliseum, and then the Beatles show also happened out in the grandstands.
The fair still is the state's largest observance of Indiana's rich agriculture history, one that adds up to a multi-million-dollar economic impact every year.
We continue to utilize this property in ways that expose people to the wonderful soul of our rural community, but also showcase other kinds of consumer shows. I mean, our economic impact is almost $200 million in direct impact to this area.
Vendors like Kelly Caldwell, who owns Simple Goodness Soap in Elwood, debuted her goat milk-based cleansing products at the State Fair under the Indiana Grown umbrella 2 years ago. And she says it's contributed to her company's success.
There's a lot of new people that we're able to touch coming through there that have never heard of our products. They bring a lot of people from southern Indiana, so it gives us a wider range of meeting new customers.
While the fair was canceled, we'll be back bigger and better next year.
Mary-Rachel Redman, Inside Indiana Business.
Mary-Rachel reports the fair will keep at least one tradition. It will still showcase Indiana 4-H by holding the traditional in-person livestock show with safety elements put into place.